Y'all like the new office? It's the Jicky joint, dog. We got the sacred See? Oh, King is gonna be happy for that. We got the Egyptian God cards right here with the Egyptian God card. Matt's Raw is right there, kind of out of screen. I gotta move some things around. We got access code talker. He's not really visible, but ooh, I gotta show you something else. I actually spent way too much money on this, but I bought the Battle of Chaos poster because, bro, this thing is like way too dope. I just gotta figure out somewhere where to put it. What's going on with ya, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day is going phenomenal, but if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of the day. If I'm gonna be honest, I have not been having a good few weeks. Every day it's been a new challenge. I think that's the best way to put it if we're gonna be correct. And to be honest, I've embraced every single one of those challenges, but it can bring you down. One suggestion that I do have, if you guys are feeling a little bit in the rut, is maybe clean your workspace or your area that you reside the most in your house. It has, I don't know, it feels like it has a ton of healing properties. Meditation, Kelly. I don't think this is working. Regardless, I do think that moving things around in the space that you are in the most does help you so much. It helped me so much, and so has my entire Discord, helping me decide on what cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. That's right, guys, a new format is on the horizon. Not only did we take into account the 2022 Megatons that are coming out, as well as some potential Tactical Masters reprint, we're going to be talking about some cards that I am going to be investing in. The entire Discord community has talked about investing in some cards that maybe you should be investing in because there's some reasons why. But of course, if you wanted access to this list as well as so many other perks early, then go ahead and check out my Patreon. It's actually a special thank you to everybody that's been pledging because this is how I pay my editors. Also, be sure if you are buying these cards on tcgplayer.com, make sure to use my TCG link down below in the description as well as the comment section. It really does help me out as a content creator and I genuinely appreciate it. I mean, I am giving you some free information. You just go ahead and if you do decide to go through with it, hey. Without further ado, let's jump on in. So this video is going to be divided into multiple different sections. The first section is dealing with the right now. The second section is going to be dealing with the future. And then the third section is going to be potential cards that have so much room to be way more expensive than what they are if everything falls into play. Starting off with the right now, I think that there are some very underestimated cards that I am personally going to be looking at, and I think you should be looking at if you do not have them. The first card is Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Now, Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill is about 2 years old, so if you think that Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill will get a reprint anytime soon, well, I mean, I guess I hope if it does get too expensive, but this card has already received its reprint in the 2021 Megaton. Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill is so amazing is because this card can be activated when a monster is special summoned. It doesn't need to be activated in the main phase, unlike Effect Veiler, and it can be activated while you have monsters on your field, unlike Infinite Impermanence, so it does separate itself from some of the best negating hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. On top of that, Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill does inflict damage when the monster it affects leaves the field, so that can come up in time situations, as well as being a very applicable card in the future, as the future needs to be prepared for Moonlit Chill. Ironically, there have already been a few builds that have been topping over last weekend to play Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill, so it looks like the meta is going to be catching up on this card as it has so much interaction, not only on your opponent's turn, but can also be able to be used on your turn to stop cards like Token Collector if you are dealing with Token Collector. And another card I want to bring your attention to is actually one of the strongest hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, if you guys did see my hand trap tier list, I actually broke down what are the best hand traps all the way down to the, oh no, what are you doing, baby? So go ahead and check that out if you want more guide on what hand traps and what hand traps not to play. But Droll and Logbird is easily one of the most powerful hand traps in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, and it's not even close. The reason why is because there are so many strategies in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh that search a ton and need to search a ton. Take for example the combo decks that play around the Biru, where they tend to play either the Therion's engine or the Adventure Token engine. The Adventure Token engine searches multiple times, so activating a Drolin Lockbird when they activate Water Enchanters of the Temple not only shuts them out of being able to search the Wandering Griffin Rider, but it also shuts out that combo deck, as more often than not it needed to search more afterwards after Water Enchantress of the Temple. With the Therion strategy, well, Therion Discolizim and Therion Lilybrea both search, so if you ever catch your opponent is slipping, you can hit the Drolin Lockbird on them, and now they missing. Now there is a slight drawback to Drolin Lockbird. I 100% think that this card is going to be reprinted. It's only a matter of when. If we follow the trend of side sets reprinting hand traps, Tactical Masters could very much reprint Drolin Lockbird as a common and as a collector's rare. It's genuinely, do you want to take that risk? Because after that, the next set that could reprint Drolin Lockbird is the 2022 Megatins, so that means that I would probably at the very best avoid Ultra cards. If I want to be safe and I have the bankroll, of course I'm picking up ultimate rare copies of Drolin Lockbird. That's a safe bet, those cards will not go down. But if I want to play it on the safe side and don't think that it's going to happen in Tactical Masters, then the common, or even better, the super rare versions of Drolin Lockbird just might be the answer. Silence, mere mortal! It is I, King Cali, making another appearance. Obtaining the Holy Grail is not an easy feat. Me and my trusty vassals are after it, but so is Theater Cali, as well as Cali the Dawn. I actually have something to keep their decks all the way out in despair, but first, we must talk about a card that I feel that you should be picking up. If I had to pick a strategy to take under my steed in the next set, it would easily have to be Exosisters. Those cards look really nice. What? They're nuns. I'm a king. They say sisters. Do you even know how kingship works? My wife has been my sister for years. This isn't anything new. The Exosister strategy takes it to a different level, but right now, it's a strategy that not a lot of players are playing competitively. This is actually the perfect opportunity to pick up Exosister cards like Exosister packs, because this card is completely busted, allowing you to search and potentially special summon an Exosister monster. And seeing that this card was printed inside of Grand Creators, I don't expect a reprint anytime soon. This is going to be a core card for the Exosister strategy, and not having it... Do you remember what happened to Punks? Now, if I were to give you more information about the future, like how to counter Cali the Dawn's new deck, DD Crow is actually an excellent card that we've been picking up because it's really strong. You may really want to hop on the DD Crow train before it's too late, as using DD Crow on the effect of a tier limited monster using its effect of fusion, all you have to do is banish that monster, the tier element strategy will fizzle, and that means, I know how Squamata's doing. He's in a coffin. DD Crow also has plenty of applications across the valley. There's DD Crow being able to hit the card that is targeted with branded in red, as well as its ability to be able to banish the card before a Therion monster activates its effect to summon. This is just an ultra versatile card, and opening multiple copies of DD Crow means that we can banish multiple cards from the graveyard. It looks like the first gauntlet is thrown for the new set by King Cali, and I have to say, he's starting off really strong by picking up Exo Stepsister, I gotta call them Exo Stepsisters, into the fray. There's also another card that I feel is going to be really strong, not only with the Exosister strategy, but also this is the lowest point that this card has ever been. Number F0 Utopic Draco Future is a phenomenal Yu-Gi-Oh card, allowing you to negate your opponent's monster effects, but more importantly, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects itself. And as you already know, the most disgusting thing about this card is that not only does it negate a monster's effect activation, it allows you to take control of said monster. Utopic Draco Future is an extremely solid card, but unfortunately the past few months this card has not been played. Why? Well, that's easy, because fusions and synchros have been dominating the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. XZ cards have just been kind of left out. But I think that is soon to change, and even if it isn't, I don't see Utopic Draco Future getting a reprint anytime soon, and right now it's at its lowest available price point of all time. Picking up Utopic Draco Future when no reprint seems imminent for the card seems like a really solid idea, especially seeing that the Exosister strategy can use it, and if you do like Exo Stepsisters, well, I guess you're gonna need Big Brother, right? Now, some other cards that I found extremely interesting for the future. Ben actually pointed this out, so shout out to him. This card is kind of scary. If you guys remember back in my day, Crush Card Virus had a completely different effect. Not only did it wipe your opponent's board, it also allowed you to check their deck for 3 entire turns and destroy monsters when they attack over 1500. Well, there's a card that kind of does almost the same thing. Deck Devastation Virus requires you to tribute a monster with 2000 attack or more and destroys monsters on your opponent's side of the field and hand with the attack of 1500 or less. It also has that devastating effect, get it? That for the next 3 turns, if your opponent draws a low attack monster, well, it's going to be destroyed. The great thing about this is that this literally decimates all hand traps in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Even crazy enough, Deck Devastation Virus just so happens to hit every single main boarded Splite monster, as well as the live twin cards and the frog cards if they decide to play those, so yo! On top of knowing the knowledge of every card in your opponent's hand, every card they'll draw for 3 turns, you have the potential to completely ruin their deck. But wait, there's more. You would probably be wondering how hard it is to get a 2000 attack monster. I mean, not every deck can play a 2000 attack higher dark monster, right? Wrong. Codebreaker Virus Swordsman requires 2 effect monsters to be able to link summon and has 2000 attack as a dark monster, so just about any deck can make the Deck Devastation Virus work. I think that picking up copies of Deck Devastation Virus might be the move if you are planning on literally destroying so many players' hopes and dreams. Imagine, you spent $2 per Deck Devastation Virus, your opponent spent $600 on Splite. This is some intelligent Cali. And lastly, I was incredibly shocked that this card wasn't higher than what it is, but players actually explained to me why it wasn't high, and I definitely think it's BS. Swamp Frog is easily one of the best cards coming into Power of the Elements, and the reason why is because the Splite strategy can special summon Swamp Frog to your side of the field, allowing you to make Totally Awesome, which is a free Omni negation. Now, the problem with this is that TCG players speculate that Totally Awesome will be banned. Please, let me know when the TCG has ever followed the OCG. A straight up direct banning of Totally Awesome in the TCG is very unlikely. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm saying that I would hedge my bets on the next Forbidden List not having Swap Frog or Totally Awesome on the Forbidden List in any capacity than it would, and that just might, that would definitely make them go up in price, right? And that is all that I have for the cards that I'm looking at picking up before they skyrocket in price. I genuinely think that these cards are absolute bangers. Now, of course, if you want to see more amazing TheCaliEffect content, go ahead and check out these videos. And if you want to see some exclusive behind the scene content like getting this list early and a whole bunch of other crazy things, then join my Patreon. Also, again, if you are buying these cards on TCG Player, make sure to use your boy's TCG Player link down below in the description. It really helps me out. I hope you're having an amazing day, and of course, I'll catch you on the next video.